Hey guys, good morning. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? Let me click on the chat. I hope you guys are voting. It looks like you guys are voting. Okay, guys, I know it's a little more like, chill, but I know you guys are getting dressed in the morning. Maybe some of you guys do want to be hype in the morning, but what did you think about, we're going to vote on it, okay? Um, I'm still not sure about the music, but the overall vibe was what I was looking for in kind of just, but sometimes, so this is what's going on. Before I go live, you could say, oh, you should check all of those things. But when you sit down, you got to make sure so many things are done because if you don't do it right, it kind of is a lot to do on the back end after I turn off this live button because 9 times out of 10, I've got something to do the minute I hit end broadcast. So I like to get everything done on the front end. That way, and I'm just going to be honest, my video is fully monetized. I've got everything set up. I've got my thumbnail. I've got everything. So sometimes, most of the time, when I hit live, I'm pretty much ready to go, but I'm double checking my mic. I'm making sure everything is good in the house. Dogs are straight, door is closed, door is open, people, daughter in the shower, whatever the case might be, whatever needs to be happening is happening so that I can do this and I'm good. So I take those 2-3 minutes to just a final so I can sit down and just be like, guys, you guys have my absolute full attention. So and then also let you guys get a chance to get in here because we know how notifications go, and sometimes it takes from like up to 10 minutes for notifications to come out. If you are on the outside and you are clicking to get into this chat, this is a subscriber only chat. If you have hit the subscribe button, it's like a 10-minute holding to get in. So I want to encourage any of you, if you are here, you enjoy being here, you want to engage in these chats, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You don't have to jump in today, but you might want to jump in tomorrow. And if you're already here and you get notifications, why not? I had someone say the other day, like, I just realized I was not subscribed to your channel. Good morning, Miss OKC. How are you? Okay, let's see whose notification. Oh, I know who it was. It was Olivia Pope. Good morning, my dear. Good morning. Good morning. Erica, Miss OKC, Victoria Holiday, Capricorn Lady, Erica, which I said so 2 times. Okay. Love Noel, Anisha, Teely, probably because I don't have my glasses on. Is that what the problem is? I've been stretching myself lately, trying to give my eyes a good workout. And here comes a super chat. Thank you very much. Let's see who this is from. Liz. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Anisha, Teely, Erica, for the 3 times. Cheryl Waz, Destiny, Brianna. Good morning. Good morning. She says, good morning, Bougie Gang. Love you. Good morning. And a beautiful tulip to you, too. What happened to Bentley Beautiful Crew? Oh, I think, did he get a shave down? I think I saw him running through the yard. I don't know what happened to Bentley, just to be honest. Bentley is living his dog life. He now has a house, which is good for him. Let me tell you something. I don't know what happened to Bentley. I need to watch. If you're telling me something had to happen to Bentley, maybe I need to watch with a closer eye. But I caught Jasmine put up a video. I saw the kids looking out the window at actual yard, and they were looking like, oh my God, like, what is this feast for the eyes? Mary Blue, I don't know if you saw that. Della Jackson, good morning. Pineapples, what's good, lady? Olivia Pope, notification gang. Rockstar, Gwen, Newton's Third Law, Anisha, Latasha LaTurner, Anisha, Boss Teresa, what's up? Baby Doll, good morning. Universal Gypsy, Capricorn Lady, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think I got everybody. Liz, good morning. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Liz, I don't know if you are on if you are subscribed, but go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat. Monique White, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, we're still on the lookout. Number one, Zolo Bands, don't think we forgot about your baby mamas. Okay. We are still waiting. I haven't heard anything. You guys tell me different. We are waiting for baby mamas. We are waiting for Zolo's baby mamas. We are still, Jasmine, legal action has been taken. You have gotten into your place. Stop avoiding the question. What's going on with these attorneys and legal proceedings against all of these people who were bothering you? Now all of a sudden they are not. I want to know about the legal action taken and all of these reactors who were in your shit, who you're filing charges against, because I want to know if there's any reactors out there who have had to go down to the police station because you were sending Jasmine letters, okay? Okay, from Alabama. So, Quintessential Q, what do you think about that? Grand and glorious rising to all. I'm loving these early morning. Me too. And I'm going to tell you why. Look, guys, at the end of the day, Liz, good morning. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, Jasmine, at the end of the day, nobody believes it, but I'm going to keep asking about it. Is regarding mom life. I mean, clearly I'm a mom too. And you have to take control of your schedule. Steph M asked me to do something on scheduling, and I'm going to talk about it on Francoise Vlogs a little bit later this morning. Having I got a channel that I'm not doing as much with that I need to do stuff with. Plus I have a professional life and mom and everything else, right? So I got to take control of my schedule. And at this time, typically I'm, like I would say probably 6:30 to now is usually some time I have for myself to do some things or get ready for the day. And I'm taking that time to do this. And also, it's going to keep me on a tighter schedule to observe time and not really take like 2 hours. If I want to come back, I can always come back, but I can make sure that I go live, talk to you guys, and you guys can always catch it on the replay because that's where, so in talking about other moms or other moms channels and what they have going on and the content that they put out. I don't know these women. They're not my friends. They're not my neighbors. They are neighbors on the YouTube streets who put out content that I discuss. So no matter how personal, I'm just going to take a sidestep for a second. Someone might feel like it is. The more personal content that you put out that I happen to react on, the more personal it might feel. But I don't know you. I don't know you. You don't know me. And at the end of the day, I'm reacting to your video and the content that you've put out. I do enjoy doing this in the morning because it gives me some of my day back, and I'm not devoting most of my time that I have solo dolo to being on a broadcast and then trying to do everything I need to do to make sure that it's optimized. And then I can, because I've got, guys, I'm busy with my garden. I'm busy with my plants. I got stuff to do around this house. You can only kind of not do certain things, but for so long. And it's just a certain phase of the summer that I'm in that I want to kind of clear my day. And I also want to enjoy some of my time and maybe even potentially have some downtime if we've ever, is there such a thing? Give me just 1 second, guys. Welcome to everyone coming in. Give me just a moment. Anna's Antics, good morning, my dear. Good morning, Miss Coco. Good morning, Courtney, Fixing Mommy Project. Everyone, I got a bunch of in-mails last night, either not in-mail, I'm thinking of LinkedIn, DMs, email. I will address your in-mails, emails, anything like that if I haven't gotten back to you yet today. Okay. So I read some last night. I just wasn't in the headspace to answer a bunch of stuff because I was getting tired and I was working on that intro and all that stuff. So hold on just 1 second, please. I just had to say I'm live, so keep it cute. Okay. All right. So I did watch Vacation with Olivia. Can y'all say a prayer for me? I have an interview this morning for a position I really want. It's officially Jaleesa. Jaleesa, you got this. If this is a job that you want, this is a job that you've prepared yourself. One thing I would do, Jaleesa, depending on what you're doing, if you know who your interviewers are and it's the manager, it's the director, go ahead, get off this live, go to LinkedIn, look up the person, see what their progression is, how long they've been with the company, what they've done at the company. Make sure that you've spent at least 10 minutes, read the company profile. What kind of business do they do? What are their specialties? How well are they doing? Because when they ask you, have you been to the website? If they ask you, a certain question and you're able to say, well, yeah, I worked at such and such too. I saw that you worked there 5-10 years ago, whatever the case might be. It's going to tell them what you're interested because you invested time in going to the website, doing some homework, having some information, weaving it into the conversation, and it's going to set you above and apart. Okay. So just take a little bit of time. If you have not already done that, your bougie gang, you may have already done it, but if you haven't done it, take a little bit of time and be super prepared. Don't be nervous. They called you and they're inviting you in, or they're talking to you on the phone because you have already met the qualifications. Maybe some of you don't know, but I've spent over 20 years in talent acquisition. So recruiting is my specialty of HR. And what I can say is this: I don't call unqualified people. People disqualify themselves in the phone call. If I call you, it's because I see something in the resume that checks boxes in terms of skill set. And when I'm talking to you, I'm checking kind of overall aptitude, knowledge of the business, and kind of initial personality fit. Are you, are you nice? Are you professional? Do you have a bit of conversation? Whatever the criteria may be for that job, through the phone, I'm making an evaluation. Does this person need to come in for an interview, or in today's environment, a Zoom, right? With my business leader or hiring person, right? So you've got an interview because you already meet and check boxes. Now it's time to basically secure the bag. Okay. So just make sure that you're on your A game and you are ready to go. Because really at this point, it's your job to get. Okay. So good luck. Make sure you come back and let us know how it went. And if you want it, girl, you got it. Okay. All right. I don't know if Jaleesa said, she's just like, woo, but you clicked in here for a reason and shared that information. So I'm so glad that you did, because I love talent acquisition. That's my jam. It's a detox intake coordinator position for substance abuse patients in the hospital. I'm a substance abuse counselor. Okay, you got this. You got this. So, if you're going, you already know that you know the deal, and how hospitals are. So, girl, make sure you come back tomorrow. Let us know how it goes, and if it's for you, you will be offered an opportunity to make the final decision. Because remember, it's up to you. When they offer you the job, it's up to you to take it or not. So this is kind of a game of back and forth, back and forth. But honestly, you are more than qualified, and you are there. You're going in so that they can make a assessment of you, and you can make an assessment of them, right? Because guys, interviews are not one-sided. Remember, it's what you want also. I'm sure there have been times where any one of you have gone in for an interview and realized, I don't want to work here, or the people aren't nice. And then you're still sitting and worrying about the job. But it's like, do you really want to work there anyway? But when the job is amazing and it's a great fit, trust and believe those vibes are always, kind of mutually felt. And they're picking the best of the best. So, yeah, just be easy, and you got this, girl. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right. Well, take care and good luck, hun. you got 156 people behind you, with you, and sending positive vibes and prayer your way for you and the hiring folks to make the right decision. And if that is where you need to be, then I hope that is where you land. Okay. So, guys, I was talking initially about Zolo bands. Yes, we're waiting for your baby mom. Jasmine, we are still waiting about legal action taken. You've taken a sidestep. You're pregnant. You've moved, and we still have not forgotten, because I want to know what the hell's going on with this legal action taken. Yesterday, we watched the move-in. I watched that. We talked about it. I had a comment, guys. And let me pull it up really quick. I'm sure, I don't know if that person's listening, and quite honestly, I don't even know if that person is a troll or what. It makes me no, never mind. But what I'm going to say is this: there are people out here, guys, who I really think, and you guys might be like, duh, Francoise, you didn't know that. Maybe I didn't, because there's always new levels to the fuckery and foolishness that resides on these YouTube streets that I just didn't really understand that people had time for, but I guess they do. But you know what? Girl, find something else to do. Okay. So, where are we? Let me find this comment, guys. Okay, here we go. All right. So, there are people who love to put bullshit in the comment section. Okay, duh, right? And if you have not liked this live, please go ahead and hit that like button and let people know that this is some place that not only is a great place to come get some tea, have conversations, talk gossip, but talk real issues simultaneously. Period. And get advice on an interview, okay? Because your girl is not a hater, and your girl has been in HR for over 20 years, okay? Don't play with me. Yes, hit that like button. 176 watching and 55 likes, okay? I don't know how many dislikes at this moment, but we're not going to worry about those. If anybody's got those stats, you're welcome to drop them down, drop down. And let's just say 67 votes so far, guys. Is it the Joneses or the vloggers? Who are some of these ladies trying to keep up with, or who is everyone trying to keep up with now? Are you still trying to keep up with the Joneses, your neighbors, your cousins, your cousin and them, the people you went to high school with? Are you trying to keep up with the vloggers? Are you trying to keep up with Strong Mommy Chrissy? Are you trying to keep up with me? Are you trying to keep up with the Prince family? Are you trying to keep up with your cousin who is vlogging and you thought it was a good idea? You know, who are you trying to keep up with, if anyone? Maybe you're not trying to, people were keeping up with the Kardashians, but that's over, right? But the Joneses are still here, because we saw that yesterday. Jasmine is desperately, I think she's trying to keep up with both the Joneses and the vloggers, because she wants what everyone else has. Okay. She desperately, thirstily wants everything that everyone else has. But let me talk about this really quick. So in the comments from yesterday, there is someone by the name of Queen Vibes. Good morning, Queen Vibes. If you are out there and you drank your orange juice this morning and would like to drop in the chat, or drop in and talk to me live, I would love to talk to you. Okay. I'm really disappointed with your commentary in this video. Jazz home is beautiful and she did a great job. Her house shouldn't be a topic of shade or jealousy. Say her home is beautiful and keep it pushing. You don't want her to boss up, because then you can't make money from talking about all of her recorded mistakes. Shame on Fran. Okay, let's break that down, because I'm not a hater. period. Okay. I'm really disappointed with your commentary in this video. Look, when people are disappointed, like your mother, your grandmother, your father, your teachers, it's because they have a vested interest in you and they care about you. So you're disappointed. So you had an expectation of me. Okay. Disappointed means you thought one thing, but something else came of it. So now your expectations were not met. So you're disappointed. What I'm going to say is this: you don't know me, and leave the expectations to yourself, because at the end of the day, I'm never going to do what you want me to do or what you think I'm going to do, because number one, you don't know me that well. You pretty much don't know me at all. You know me through this internet. And what you know is that I turn this camera on and I provide content. The only disappointment should be if I say I'm going to show up and I don't show up. When I show up and I provide my opinion, that is what it is. Good morning, Lolly. How are you? Good morning, everyone coming in. So make no mistake, disappointments are rooted in expectations. And the expectation is that you think that I'm going to give some flowery response. Now, that being said, I did not rip Jasmine's rental property. And if you think that me calling it a rental property is a diss, it's not. It's the truth. Okay. And I'm not focusing on the fact that it's a rental, but for the sheer fact that you decided to put up some sort of expectation of me and had the nerve to message me to tell me how disappointed that you are. Jazz home is beautiful and she did a great job. I said the home was beautiful. And if you listen to more than probably 5 minutes, then you would know that. I said the house is very nice. I said my main concern is she has very small children. And if I were her, I would make sure that the front of the house is very secure, since it seems like everything is in the back of the house. So you walk in, and she showed us this layout, so I'm not letting out any secrets. Don't forget to vote if you're coming in, guys. That all the bedrooms are in the front, including her office, which she can't be any further from the great room where her kids will probably be spending most of their time in playing. So her office is right there in the front, and other bedrooms. So if she's in her office working, she's in close proximity to her kids. So that's a good thing, right? I see you, girl. Why can't people just tell the truth? Why can't people accept hearing the truth? I can tell the truth, certainly. And you know this. I see you, girl. People don't like to hear the truth. They like a watered down version of something that they think they want to be easy to swallow. But at the end of the day, I never said anything bad about her house. Good job. Good job. It is a good job. Jazz house is beautiful. It's not. So let's be clear. So it's her house for the moment. What I talked about yesterday is wishing Jasmine better, wishing Jasmine more. So she's hit this step, and this is wonderful. And this is a good first step. It's going to get her used to being in a house, the responsibilities of a house. And that's awesome. But at the end of the day, it's not my job to give Jasmine, I'm proud of you. I don't know her. I'm not her mother. Her mother's in the hospital by herself alone right now. Okay. Jasmine is probably still asleep and not even woken up yet from her slumber, and her mother is having some sort of procedure on her spine. Why do I need to give her more than her own man does? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have some kind of expectation that I'm supposed to be like licking boots and kissing asses. This is not the lick boots, kiss ass hour. Okay. Jasmine's home is beautiful. She did a great job. Yes. Good job doing your job. Good job providing housing and a nice, clean place that is within your income to provide for your children. That's called doing your damn thing as a mother and as a woman of 30 years old with almost 5 kids. So that doesn't get an applause over here. This is not the basic bitch meetup. Okay. This is not the basic bitch meetup. This is the bougie gang. Okay. Where we do more than just supply roofs. We have nice homes, okay? Whether it's rented, I don't know, borrowed or owned, okay? Decorative pillows, art on the walls, I don't know, decorated garages, man caves, TV rooms. I don't know. Look, you're here for a reason, and this is not the basic bitch meetup, okay? Her house shouldn't be a topic of shade and jealousy. Well, it won't be a topic of shade and jealousy at your house. in your office, in your studio, on your broadcast, but it is mine. I'm reacting to the video. I'm a reaction channel. You don't set the pace. If you want me to react on something, I'm not being so mean, Tree. I'm not being mean. I'm responding. So I'm not being mean. That's your opinion because somebody dropped off an opinion to me, and I'm not being mean. Okay, that's your opinion, and just like I don't think that what she said is accurate. If you think I'm being mean, I'm not. But let me tone it down just a little bit for those who feel like who are in their feelings, okay? Because that's what it is. That's not a fact. That's a feeling. I'm not being mean. Being mean would say, so and so is a dumb bitch. That's mean. Saying you're not accurate is me speaking the truth. And you know, it's really unfortunate that people, when they hear the truth and you have some passion, or you're not like, guys, I wasn't being mean, you're being mean. I didn't look, this platform came out of me wanting to express myself and saying what I want to say and give my opinion. And I will not curtail myself to other people's opinions above and beyond what I know is right to do and what is genuinely me, just to make it more palatable for you to feel like I'm not being mean. Um, and that's it. Okay. So thank you for the comment. I certainly appreciate it. So I hope that I'm showing that I am polite, and I certainly acknowledge the feedback. I hope that you know you can acknowledge that. I'm certainly not being mean. Right. You know, people want, see, guys can get on here and say and do whatever they want, and we don't say anything. Okay. There are people who will cuss a bitch out, talk about women, and you guys are literally sitting there watching, like buttoning, sending $100. Um, Moving on. Okay. I'm not going to get off track because, again, guys, what do trolls do? They want to distract, diminish, and disrupt. Okay. So maybe you're not a troll, but when you are distracting, diminishing, um, disrupting, that is troll-ish. Okay. That's things trolls do. Okay. So at the end of the day, I am not keeping up with the Joneses. I am not keeping up with the vloggers. I am a vlogger, and I'm going to give my opinion on my platform. My tone is what it is in the morning. This is called Messy in the Morning, and we're talking about thirsty mom moves and Buster Baes. Um, that's it. Okay. Um, Say her home is beautiful and keep it pushing. If you listen to my video, I did say that the home was beautiful, and I did keep it pushing. Okay. If I didn't keep it pushing in the style that you would have liked me to keep it pushing, I'm sorry. There's about 100 reaction channels, and simultaneously many lives that are going on at the same time. If this is not your flavor today, I get it. So I'm not mad at Queen Vibes. I did not block her. I did not give her a snarky response. Say her home is beautiful and keep it pushing. You don't want her this is where it gets kind of like, really? You don't want her to boss up, because then you can't make money from talking about all of her recorded mistakes. Do you know that there are 500 million hours of content put up per hour on YouTube? Or is that per day? It's a lot. I'm saying that to say, do you know how many people and videos there are to react on? And as sick of some of the mommies that I talk about on this channel, that some of my community is, even though they enjoy hearing about it, they're not necessarily always watching her channel. Trust and believe. Just as some people knew nothing about Keisha Anderson, they can learn about somebody else. So don't get it twisted that Jasmine is the only bread and butter in the YouTube streets. She is, she says she's a small channel. There's plenty of channels to discuss. But if I choose to talk Jasmine's channel, then that's my business. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like that, then that is okay, but that is not a fact that I'll make money off of Jasmine's channel and other channels. So you don't want her to boss up. So I'm a hater, and it's all about the money. And this is a monetary endeavor. I'm not here as a social worker. There was someone who unsolicited got my advice today. They didn't ask for it, but she disclosed that she was going to an interview. And not only did I big up her, I gave her unsolicited advice, my best advice to anyone who has paid me $1 for my advice, along with congratulated her in the community of getting herself an interview and being walked in the door, and also offering her encouragement. So for those of you who think that I'm just some mean bitch, I mean, think about why you feel that way. You know, is it that when someone gives you critique and feedback that is not palatable, that is not, girl, you did that, rather than an opportunity to say, you know what, you did it, but you could have done so much better, because I know that you have this, and this potential. This person says that they were disappointed in me, but they didn't bother to say, you know, I really love it when you do this, and this. How feedback, you know, you give some feedback and then you give something positive. This person went down the list of all of the things that I'm not, which means that this person is a hater. This person thinks that I am jealous, that I'm a hater, and all kinds of things. And that's fine. That's fine. That's her opinion, just like I'm stating mine. My response back, contrary to what some of you might think I would have said, I said the house was nice and the great room was perfect. I challenge you to re-listen. My concern, since the rooms are in the front, she should make sure that she has good locks. I'd like to know what I said I should have said offended, but that was a typo, that I've offered, but I meant to say offended or disappointed you. Seriously, I would like to know the house. I would like to know the house is nice, but why do I need to be overjoyed? I'm not living there. I was more shocked by her not caring for her mother after having a serious medical procedure. That was my response. I do see some typos in there, so I need to go back and fix it. And then there's some responses from the community at large. And I'm not going to read those at this time. You can go back and read them. And I'm going to make the edits now that I noticed that there were some mistakes. I don't know if the person went back and read it or not, but at the end of the day, my feedback on the actual house was favorable. If it was not said in the way that suited someone's fancy, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It really is a sorry, not sorry. I'm not here to be to kind of like fit into a mold of what you guys want. You guys are here because there was something that you liked about me. And every day we as women are not going to always give it the same, right? We're not going to give the same hair. We're not going to give the same dinners. We're not going to give the same passion. Sometimes we are low energy. Sometimes we are high energy. I am giving it how I feel it at the moment. So that's that on that. So if you are not ready and prepared for the real, you are not ready and prepared for me. Okay. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. And that's all I can give. And I think as women, I did not look, as women, we can only do the best that we can do. And extending that exact same grace to Jasmine, I gave positive feedback. I questioned, more importantly, in the time that she would have had some time to make some arrangements to be there for her mother when her mother opens her eyes after getting her spine dug into. Okay. That was, I think, the most harsh feedback of any. And at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to make any apologies, only when I'm wrong. And I think last week you saw me give an apology to someone who questioned why I brought them up in a conversation. And even though that person understood after we had the conversation, upon talking about it one more time, I felt like, you know what? I don't even know if I apologized. I explained, she accepted my explanation, but I need to go a step further and just kind of like, you know what? I apologize. I don't even know if I apologized or not, which if I didn't, maybe I'm sure I probably didn't. But even if I did, here's for the second time, my apologies, because taking the feelings into it, the facts were the facts. My intent was clear. But everything is not just rooted in fact. Things are rooted in fact, but we also have to acknowledge that as human beings, we do have to take people's feelings into account. And I apologized. So your girl's not a hater, and I am not a cold-blooded snake either. And I am big enough to say, you know what? Maybe I did hurt someone's feelings, and I would never really want to do that. So this person came to me as a woman, and as a woman, I'm acknowledging that. And I apologize if I can't, the fact that it sounded like I was diminishing the work that you've done. Because when I thought of it like that, like, oh, maybe she was feeling like I kind of like poo-pooed her work over a long period of time, and just kind of the overall scale and scope of what she's done. And maybe that was her feeling. That was not the fact, but the feeling I'm acknowledging, and I apologized. But that it wasn't my intent. So I still stand in that. But I did want to acknowledge that if it bothered her, girl, I see you out here on these YouTube streets. I don't talk about channels that aren't relevant, and this person's channel is relevant. So I wanted to clear away any misconception of that, which I'm sure you all know that, right? So, but yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that comment because I felt like, what? Girl, what are you talking about? And but yeah, I'm not going to be cookie cutter. There's days that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be hype, and there's days that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like really low tempo. Doesn't mean low energy, but that just might be the energy that I'm giving at this moment or at this time. And I don't know, guys, you guys got to give people some space and opportunity. Do we not see Jasmine laying on her belly, super duper low energy? I don't care. You know what I do? I get that speed button on my console, and I put it up to 1.25 or 1.5. I can't knock the girl. I'm not going to tell her to speak faster. Okay. She, I'm not going to tell her, because that's how she speaks. If I choose to listen to her content, I have I have controls that I can take. I can either come back and listen to it on fast speed, or I can sit there and listen like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a really unfair thing to do when people are creating, to tell people how to create. And just because my creation is oral does not mean that there is no creativity involved in being able to speak extemporaneously and freestyle for an hour. When I ventured to, I'm just going to make an assumption here that some people can't even get up in front of a group of people. Some people are afraid to speak in front of a microphone. Some people are just absolutely terrified to be on a Zoom. I put myself out in the front almost every single day. And some folks have the nerve to criticize when they aren't even doing the same. So in the spirit of that, yes, I see what other people are doing, but trust and believe, understand that I don't know these people and I didn't pick them out of a lineup. These people put content out that I'm interested in. I turned on a camera and you guys clicked in because you're interested in what I had to say on the topic. So that's kind of it on that. But I hope that you can apply that over and across the board to any video that I react to, review, or give commentary on. It's nothing personal. I didn't go to high school with these people, okay? I'm reacting on the information they put out, and I'm giving my opinion. If I think that someone can do better, have better, be more, um, in the land where it is acceptable to be mediocre, you find the reactors where that's happening. Okay. I'm just where I was raised by people who were overachievers and raised me to be the same way. But I'll tell you this, the benchmark that was set upon me as a child versus the benchmark that I put out for my child, I set my benchmarks for my daughter based on what she wants to do and what I know she can do, and I set them accordingly. When people don't even have any hope or faith or hopes and aspirations for you or big up you and give you encouragement, yeah, that's just not the type of bitch that I am. It's just, that's just not me. Exactly. Who tell you, you know what, you did that A and I want to see more of them. There's that. When you say I want to see more, that doesn't diminish the A. Oh my God, that's amazing. You did amazing on that test and I knew you could do it. And now that you've done it once, I want to see you do it again. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Saying you got, when someone comes home with a C or a D and you're just kind of like, well, girl, you got that A last week. Don't worry about it. That doesn't reside here. This is not the basic bitch meetup. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So thirsty mom moves. This is what I have to say about that. So, and you guys can call in if you would like to. Let's see. Call in. And that's just what last thing on this. Girl, bye. The talking point of Fran's mean. Okay. There are people in here who know that that's not the truth. If that's your truth, okay. I tell you what, this is how mean I'm not. You come to this chat and you give an opposing opinion. Did you see my mods come flock on you? Did you get timed out? I don't know if you did or not. I'm assuming you did not. Did you see people kind of huddle on top of you? Did you get kicked out? Did you get blocked? See, this is a free zone of say what you mean, don't say it mean. I'm also not going to tell someone how to speak. But at the end of the day, my version of what mean is may not be your version of mean. So that's basically it. Currently at work since on the grind. flight, awesome. And I hope that you're having an awesome day. And all of you who are at work right now, I hope you have your headphones in. Steph had to work 100 times harder because we are black. Okay, Miss OKC, absolutely. Black tax. Okay, black tax has increased. Okay, we're gonna end this poll. Hold on a second. Okay, thirsty mom moves. Thirsty mom moves are saying you're on vacation when your bae isn't providing the vacation. I'm sorry. I don't know what Zolo had to do out of town. And I guess he had some music and they wanted to get it. And that was good. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know what share of the trip that Zolo Bands paid for, him driving, paying for gas, whatever the case might be. Olivia basically took him to Orlando. He had some business. They got a hotel. They enjoyed themselves thoroughly, which you'll see in my commentary because I did record a reaction video to it. But what I'll say is this, Olivia, when you have a man who is paying his own way, see, Olivia is the type of woman that if she pays your way, when she falls out with you, she is going to make sure that she reminds you of everything that she did before, during, and after. Okay. And yeah, I call my husband Babe or, I don't never call him Bae, or just, I don't know, whatever I call him. Right. Since there is some energy around you calling him baby and him saying that he acts like a baby, I would almost feel like he wouldn't like that at all. And that how you have criticized him for acting like a child. And Zolo, you put yourself in a child's place when you choose to allow yourself to be taken care of and kept. Okay. Now, not saying that you are a complete kept man, but if you are not providing for yourself in this relationship with a job, and you're waiting for your YouTube check maybe next month or whenever you finally get one, which we probably would guess that you're monetized now. If you're accepted into the YPP, then basically you could potentially get a check next month, but it could be more like August. But you know, a hotel, a 2-hour drive back and forth, dinners and things like that. If he has the money to pay for it, that's very nice, Olivia. And I hope that you were treated for your birthday. I suspect that you were not. But what I do say is this: it was a good opportunity for you to get out of town, stretch your feet, stretch your back, go somewhere different, be in a different environment. But I did think that it was absolutely unconscionable to leave a dog in the house for 24, 36, 48 hours, however long you were gone, not getting to take a walk, not getting to be outside. These are animals, and leaving pee pee poo poo pads around the house, unless you have poo poo pad trained your dog, which sounds like you have not, because you said that it would be all over the house. To me is absolutely disgusting. I would never. When we go on vacation, part of my budget is the kennel. It's period. If I can't afford to pay for a kennel, well, then we're not going. And that's just how it is. I mean, we factor into our budget where mommy is going to go. And now we have another dog. So if we're not taking dogs with, then, and they have to stay somewhere behind, they have to go to the kennel. Anything can happen. And I don't typically do dog sitters. And if your sister lives an hour away and your mother is living with your sister, or wherever your mother stays, you're relying on someone to come to the house to go check on the dogs. And that's just not, whatever. Okay. But I do have commentary on it. So I did do a video and it will be posted later today. Della, I never rented a day in my life, but if Jasmine had to pay 2 deposits and first month rent, did she pay? So she was talking about some places that were $2,500 to $2,700 that she was going to visit. I don't know if the one that she secured was that amount. I doubt it. That house, we don't know what the outside looks like, and we don't know what the amenities are in the neighborhood, but she's living in Killeen. You guys tell me, who live in that area, is Killeen different from Austin? From what I understand, in general, Austin is, it's getting up there because, of course, you've got tech in the midst, you've got UT, you've got a lot there, and the dollar, it's valuable. Real estate is valuable, and rents are getting higher. So Killeen, I don't know if Killeen is a nicer, gentler, cheaper area. It's cheap. Okay, so probably not. She was looking, though, maybe in Austin proper or Austin surrounding, and mentioned $2,500 to $2,700. I don't know how much she actually is paying, but what I can tell you is this: $2,600, if you have fairly decent credit and you have purchased a home. Someone put in my comments $250,000. I'm going to say no, because the value of my property is more than that, and my mortgage is less than that. So, I don't know. Mortgages are going to be subjective. If you know how much a house is valued, then you can kind of do some math based on what we would know a credit score could potentially be, and the rates that they locked in, and on top of that, what the rent would be. Because if a rent is $2,500, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the mortgage is. But yes, to the point of that is a mortgage payment. You are 100% right that that's a mortgage payment, and it is a waste of money. And if her credit was just a little better, she could have purchased a home, which, to Queen vibes out here, putting your money towards a mortgage is so much better than putting it towards rent, especially as a single mother of 5, because not only are you going to get tax credits, whatever she gets, or maybe she doesn't get. Maybe she's high earning. I don't know. I'm not gonna begin to guess what I know Jasmine makes or doesn't make. But at the end of the day, we all know that you write off mortgage interest, and at the beginning of a mortgage, your interest is the bulk of your payment. And all of us know that you get a lot of money back. Okay, so home ownership is an amazing come up for most people. The wealthiest people know that owning real estate is a good thing, whether you own one piece or you own and you have a portfolio. Period. So someone to say to me that I'm being a hater because I'm not congratulating her on renting, as a 50-year-old woman who sees women who have amazing potential out here within themselves and opportunities to make their own income and to be self-employed, to not encourage them to level up by owning a home, you are trash. I'm sorry. Like, you're trash. You can't tell me that me telling someone that the quickest way to wealth and acquiring more of your bag, of the bag that you're already securing, and to get a more of a benefit of that bag by owning, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Okay? So say it mean whatever. At the end of the day, I'm giving you some real talk and some real information that some of you women out here rely on men to spoon feed you, but you're out here picking the wrong buster, dusty ass baes who are going to get you pregnant, diminish your value out here for a real man to scoop you up and want to marry you, because you might find a guy who is going to lay up with you all day, but he doesn't want to deal with your sketchy baby dad. So as far as marrying you, that's going to be a non-factor, okay? Because I'm going to tell you this, there's plenty of guys out here that will use you up, and then they're going to go marry Miss Molly who has no kids. And then you're going to be feeling away, okay? You're going to be feeling away and mad, okay? And that's period. Well, and Anna, I agree with you. Almost any place you live is where you make it. So if it's so cheap doesn't mean not nice, I would say. I don't know who said that in the comments. But lesser expensive than Austin, or more affordable, let's say it like that. And affordable doesn't mean cheap. Affordable doesn't mean Section 8. Affordable means affordable, that you can find something good in your price range, and it's clean, it's nice, it may even be new, right? Affordable is affordable. So just like maybe living in, even though New Jersey is very expensive, Manhattan is exorbitant. Okay. New York is expensive, period. Manhattan is almost unattainable for most. So people move out to the Bronx, Brooklyn, whatever. When it becomes popular, then those places become very expensive, which all of that has, right? So of course, any major metropolis, even Charlotte, it's more expensive. Then you move out, it gets more affordable. It's a little cheaper. It doesn't mean it's trash because it's cheaper. It just means it's less expensive. So let's clear that. Colleen, I'm sure, is beautiful. And at the end of the day, good deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm very happy for her. I'm happy that she can open her back door. She's got a yard. I think I said yesterday in my video, I love how everything faces to the back, because to me, forward-facing homes with little kids, you're going to have to keep your eye out all the time. Looks like she's got a fenced-in backyard. She can have the kids outside playing, period, have the windows open and be in the kitchen, and it's fine, right? So all of you, like I always say, guys, any of you who are hearing something negative in what I have to say, it's because you were coming to hear something negative anyway. You don't like your girl, or you low-key don't like her. What I'm going to say to you today is be real about it. If you don't like someone, you don't like someone. If you enjoy the commentary, but you'd never invite me over for dinner, that's okay. Because if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes we need to be real with our feelings and emotions. Don't try don't try so hard to fit a square peg in a round hole. If I'm your square peg and your hole is round, we're good. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It is okay. But I think the sooner that people start to speak the truth about what is versus trying to sugarcoat what's not, the sooner that you can start to live the life that you want to live, hear what people have to say, understand that what they say doesn't necessarily have to be true to you, but we can't dispute facts. My goal is a brownstone in Brooklyn, Airbnb. Let me tell you, Universal Gypsy, my younger sister, they bought a brownstone. They had a limestone actually, off of Clarendon, right? Um, and they were there for about 12 years, and they bought it from the family. So the family had been in the building had been in the family for almost 100 years. It was like 3 generations. The granddaughter of the original owners sold it. It had all of the original woodwork in the dining room area. Beautiful. That's my sister that kind of got me a little choked up on Monday. She had a beautiful home. I'll share with you because I do have some pictures where you can see the wood carving in the walls. Absolutely beautiful. Doubled in price to where when they left and moved to their new location, they were able to pay cash for a house. Mortgage zero. Okay. No mortgage. So a good investment. Okay. And this is while earning a PhD, her husband, and um, teaching assistant. So you guys out there who are teachers know, is it Clarendon or Clarendon? So off of Flatbush, way down past Prospect Park. And I think it's, so East 23rd Street, East 23rd Street in Clarendon. I always get it wrong, but there's like a big either Jehovah's Witness church right there, but she was on East 23rd. But it was a limestone front rather than a brownstone. But yeah, it was it, like I said, doubled in price, and they made some good money to where they purchased their home mortgage free. So nice. So yeah, if you can find one, they're out there. But right now I would suspect, unless you find something that's potentially fixer upper, you're going to be looking at almost $1 million. But anyway, back to my point. Yeah, guys, let me tell you something. And I'm not saying be out here Billy Badass and unapologetic, but understand that at a certain point, we have to do a lot, guys. We were just talking about the black tax. We've talked about code switching previously. And those of you who don't know what code switching is, it's when you're putting on your best face, when you are one way, you are hyped, amped, you are listening to the loud music, but you turn into your neighborhood and you turn it down. If you are the turn up, but you turn down because you know that number one, you want to be respectful to your neighbors, but they don't know that you get down like that. That's code switching. Okay. There's one thing of being courteous, but there's one thing of kind of turning down yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we have to be appropriate, right? As ladies, we have to understand that there's a time and a place for everything. But I think as a human being, someone asking you to be less than is not a good thing. And like I've been telling you guys, I think I've come to the realization, yeah, I'm not going to be the bigger person all the time. That's just not me. And sometimes I will, because if that's what the right thing to do is, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to turn down just because you want me to, or that makes it easier for you to digest me. Okay? Because you don't have to. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And I think the sooner that we as women, there was a time where women were very unhappy, guys. I mean, we are living in a time where your mother or your grandmother lived very unhappy lives because they were living lives that were selected for them, not the lives that they wanted to live. Most of you ladies in this chat right now can do what you want to do because it was what you wanted to do. My sister is 9 years younger than me. And a lot of what I did was because of my parents' expectations. I think what my sister did in her life was because of how she was raised, but also decisions she made on her own. Like when she said, I'm going to move in with my boyfriend, she didn't think twice about it because she was grown. My first reaction was, did you talk to mom and dad? Because she's a tail end Gen X. She's really more so of millennial. I guess 79. So 80 becomes millennial, right? Is 79 Gen X or is that millennial? So she's like right there at the cusp of Gen X and millennial if she's not a millennial. So she's so the beginning of what the millennials was that? Is that right? Because she turned 21. She became of age in the new millennium, right? So she's a millennial, right? And I'm definitely a Gen Xer, right? So at the end of the day, and then my sisters before that did exactly what my parents wanted them to do because my parents were older. My mom had kids at 25, which is not old. But my dad was 8 years older, so he was 33. Okay. And so when my younger sister came to be, I think my dad was over 50. My mom was 42, 43. So my mom had kids in the span of 25 to 42, 43 years old. And anyway, you have to be yourself. We can't go around tap dancing for people. Okay. Let me recommend, and I've mentioned this movie to you guys before. If you're on Netflix today and you have not seen this movie, it's called Postcards from the Edge. Okay. And it's actually the biography or autobiography of Debbie Reynolds, who was a famous movie actress, who has gone to be with the Lord, and also her daughter, Carrie Fisher, who was also an actress who we know as Princess Leia from Star Wars, right? The interesting thing about these two, it's kind of like, it's not like Mommy Dearest, but in a way, you see how regimented and disciplined Debbie Reynolds was as an actress and a mother and why she became so famous. And her daughter in the shadows of that, who was talented equally, but was trying to live up to expectations, right? So this is an amazing movie of mothers and daughters to really take a look at for those of you who have badass moms and you feel like I'm never measuring up. Moms who are badass don't necessarily want you to be like them. They want you to be you and better than them only because they love you so much. Not because you're a piece of shit and not because they're not acknowledging how awesome you are, because you're so freaking awesome. They think that you can do anything. And it's all in just how you receive it. We can't sit around and be hurt out here because someone has high expectations of you. People who I have little to no expectations on or places I don't see potential, yeah, you probably won't hear me say a motherfucking thing, okay? Because there's nothing there to talk about. They're where they're at. I can tell you from an HR perspective, there's something called a 9-box rating, right? Everyone doesn't get 9-box ratings. If you are in a professional work environment, you have been 9-boxed, whether you know it or not. And that's where companies evaluate you based on your potential. And based on your potential, we in HR and corporate structure and planning and employee retention and everything make decisions on what we're going to put forward in terms of training and opportunity and promotions. So if you do not think that you are being evaluated, if you want to know why you've been at your company for 10 years and nobody's tapped you on the shoulder, if you're not getting the max amount on raises, if you got passed over for a bonus, trust and believe. Sometimes you are just shitted on, okay? But sometimes, just like you're evaluated in school and they track you in gifted and talented in the 4th grade, because they've already made the assessments in the first 4 years, you are gifted and talented, and they are going to invest in you. And that's why you are in AP track. And then you've got just some kids that just flourish and get into AP track. But there are some kids that are tracked AP. Am I speaking, Miss Gwen? Okay. If the same thing happens at your job and the same thing happens in your, oh, they're slow. How many people have put Jasmine in the slow track? Queen Vibes, have you messaged them? Have you messaged them? Okay. All right. So let me just say this. People put expectations on you because they expect better and more. But you cannot expect people to turn down. And if you want someone to turn down, why? Why? I don't ask people to turn down. If anything, I ask people to turn up. Why am I going to tell someone to turn down or tune down? Tone it down. If you've got the energy, you got the energy. I'd rather see high energy than low energy. Okay. I'd rather see someone trying to kick ass and fail rather than not. I'm very happy for Jasmine, but why do I need to be so happy for her? I mean, I'm just doing a reaction on her video. I mean, you want me to go out to my front yard and do a cartwheel? God damn. Okay. I don't know her. I do not know her. I'm doing a reaction on her. Okay. And Olivia. I'm not personally invested in these people. They might be personally invested in me because they're watching me right now. And good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hit that like button, please. Just 1 second, guys. Let me put things on hold for just a moment. Okay, good job, baby. Just a second, babe. Okay. So guys, really quick, thirsty mom moves. We've talked about this before. That Fugazi ring or that Fugazi ring set. Guys, I'm going to say this. That's a turn down, okay? That's an inappropriate turn up. That's a thirsty mom move. When you speedball and make a guy do more than what he wanted to do, eventually they're either going to tuck their balls, like unfortunately what happened with Gerard. But Gerard decided that he was tired of being tired, and he left. My sister started as a receptionist and retired as a VP. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I love the teachers that retire with $1 million to their favorite university. Though that's a come up. Was a teacher, is a teacher, and gave that knowledge. Everyone doesn't want to climb the corporate ladder. Okay. Some people want classroom all day. Some people want administration. Some people want principal. Some people just want to live. And I get it. Okay. But I love the teachers that retire and give universities that big infusion of cash, which may not be the huge endowment from a corporation, but it's a life's work of saving. Okay. And I believe in you and thank you for giving to me so I could bless all of these people out here with my knowledge. Okay. So it's all in perspective. Okay. So what I'm asking you to not only just give me grace of the perspective. And I'll be more aware to give the grace of perspective too, not perception, because yeah, you don't get to order my steps. You just don't. It's not your right. Just because I want a house for Jasmine, or I say, Jasmine, it'd be great if you had a mortgage. If she never owns, that's her business. Okay. All I'm telling her is, as a woman who is single and not married and a shiftless ass man in your life who can't help you with credit and securing housing, you need a mortgage because you never have to worry about renting again. And that $7,000 income tax check would probably have been $15,000 income tax check. Okay. And you're a private business owner. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Okay. Guys, let me tell you something. Don't be offended by the level up. And for people who want to set a bar like, oh, it's bougie and you're this and you're that and you're not this, you're not that. If you know so much about what is bougie, what I'm challenging you to do is let me see your level up. Let me see how you do things. I don't want to see you spread them. I don't want to see your ass. I don't want to see your naked body unless your level up is stripping, OnlyFans, or whatever. And if that's your level up and you want me to come see, I will come and see. But at the end of the day, with your brain and with your resources and your skill set and your time, let me see what you're doing. Because you saw some of my level up. You saw me in the living room of my old house, making it do what it do and doing YouTube and not letting anything stand in my way in 1,100 square feet. And you saw us move to another house, even though people want to try and say this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, as long you're not seeing it on LSA, girl, there's nothing to say. You're seeing people question why I have a table garden. Do I own my home? Google me. Google me. Okay. Google schmoogle. Okay. It is what it is. All right. And we went from something and we were blessed threefold. Okay. Because we tried to be good stewards of what we had. We stayed in the cut until we knew it was time. We took advantage of a very good seller's market, and because there was an economic downturn and we're coming out of it, we are seeing some amazing numbers that would make some people want to sell and move. But yeah, we're not. I love this house. No matter what other house I could ever find, it is so freaking quiet in this neighborhood. You can't pay for that. We don't have people bothering us. We don't have noise. The insulation in this house is crazy. This room is so well insulated. You guys, the only time you guys hear something is when my husband is outside mowing the lawn or when he starts up the Mustang. The Mustang is, what is it, 400 and something horses? It's loud. It's loud, loud, loud. You can hear that, especially if the door to the garage is open. You can hear it all the way through the house. But anyway, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their path. Okay. So all of that being said, I'm reacting to the video. Whatever I'm saying right here, well, why would you say this or that in a reaction? Because it's a reaction. I'm reacting to the video, okay? I'm giving my opinion. Opinions and thoughts and ideas and your heart can sometimes change. Amber, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Antoinette. Good morning, everyone coming in. Ms. OKC, Anisha, anyone I missed, good morning. I see you. Tia 615. Twin mom life, was born in the same hospital as me. Yes, yes, yes. Jersey girls. Darla Hayes, good morning. I live in a rural area, more wildlife than people, but I love this piece. Let me tell you something. Rabbits are outside my kitchen window. We have deer that come through. Thankfully, they don't come through our backyard because our fence is high, but we back up into woods, and we always had deer in our other neighborhood, but I love it. But I don't live in a, I would say if you go up the road from where I live about 2 miles, yes, people possibly have livestock. I mean, they may have something. It's not maybe full blown out farms, but 5 miles up the road, yes, 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 yes. Did he really call the rental? He called it, Chris did mention it was a starter home. He did. A starter home. Okay, if that's what he wants to call it. Okay. Busters, I mean, look, let's take the shade out of it. Everything is not shady. Okay. So Universal Gypsy, I'm not saying that that's what you said. All I'm saying is this: he may not have meant it that way. Think of who we're talking about. Chris doesn't have, they're moving into the house that Jasmine leased. He might think it's a starter home because this is a new start for them. I'm trying to dip it down. Whatever it is, it's a rental. Okay. It's a rental property. It's a good start. Whatever he meant by starter home. I don't know. I can't get my mind into that because I don't deal with men like him. I never did. Period. I didn't, I never really wanted to do a DIY project. Thank God. The first man that I lived with, I married, I dated. And honestly, the DIY projects didn't want me because I wasn't giving up ass that quick. And my feedback was always, you're a relationship girl. And when a guy, let me give you a piece of advice, guys. If there's a guy out here and he's telling you that you're a relationship girl, what he wants is not a relationship girl. He wants someone who wants to be friends with benefits. And if they dump you because you're a relationship girl, thank God and keep it moving. Okay. Chris is dead weight. Okay. The streets are talking. Okay. The streets are talking. Guys, I'm going to end this. I will be back later, but under Francoise Vlogs, and I'm going to tell you why, because I've got a Pattern Beauty unboxing and I've got a MAC unboxing. So I will share all my treats with you, show you what I got, and we'll do a little mom girl talking over there. I'm done with the 3 moms for today. There will be a video premiering, but we don't talk 3 moms over there. We talk us, okay? So us as in our mom life, and we can talk about all of that later this morning. But right now I got to tend to my diva in training, okay? And handle that business with a whole lot of pleasure, because that's a job that I waited for my whole life, to be a mama. And I'm going to go get on my mom-ish right now. And then I can come back and we can have another conversation up under over there. So if you're not subscribed to my other channel, Francoise Vlogs, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead over there and handle your business. And we will talk. Olivia Pope, I'm going to reach out to you because I was just getting ready to hang up this live and close this thing out.